Hey everybody, I am filming this on Saturday at the shop, and yeah, I don't actually know what I'm going to do today besides hopefully get a customer. Basically, if I have one sale for every day that I'm open physically in store, it pays my rent. So that's what we're always hoping for. I do need to pack up the Patreon Goldfish tier gifts for this month. I have them made up, I just haven't packaged them, so that needs to happen today. And I don't know what else I'm gonna get up to. We'll see, won't we? I usually start the day by checking orders. Now, typically I do this before I leave home because I need to know how early I need to leave, because what I try to do is if I got any orders overnight, I will come here early enough to pack the orders and get them across the street to the post office and then open the store. So I did already check this morning and did not have any new orders that I had to come in early to pack. But that is my typical step one. Then I'll double check and make sure nothing else came in case I can get them to the post office, because I try to ship either same business day or next business day. Obviously, it does depend on the post office. So like today, I won't be making any more trips to the post office because the post office is closed. And the post office is closed on Sundays, so I won't be making a trip there. But Monday through Saturday, I do try to, within the hours of the post office, ship things out either same day the order came in, or if it comes in after hours, or later than I can get to the post office before they close, then next business day. No new orders for now. Let me show you what I've put together for the Patreon people. This is going to launch this weekend on the website as well. Since I love fragrance, these are room sprays, room and linen sprays. You guys know I'm obsessed with all the smelly things right now. I am in love with fragrances, so I figure I'll use the fragrances I have to make things that smell good. So there may be, we're going to test it out, we'll see, a very small line of home fragrance type things. I do have the wickless candles on the website right now, which is what I use for the scent in here. I've been playing around with DIY incense, and I need to, it's not ready for prime time yet. It's still a little too smoky in my opinion. But I've been making some incense and playing around with that. I'm thinking maybe I'll make an all-purpose cleaner, like a spray cleaner that you can use for like floors and surfaces and stuff, just because I like scents, and I like, now that I can control what things smell like, I like it. Oh, I dyed my hair. It's black cherry. Went back to what I was for decades, really, almost 30 years, probably 25 years I've been red hair. So like, I started dyeing my hair when I was 16, and those early years I did all the funky colors, you know. My mom wouldn't let me dye my hair. So what I did was I bought a bottle of Sun-In, which I could buy at the store myself, and put a whole bottle of Sun-In in my hair and used a blow dryer. And my hair turned orange, straight up orange. And my mom said, fine, dye your hair because I don't want you looking like that. So that's when I started dyeing my hair. And those early years I was doing like Fire Engine Red, Manic Panic. And I forget the name of the shade. They still make it. I've done it since. But then in, you know, my 20s through my 30s, into my 40s, this was my hair color. Some variation of dark red. I would occasionally go lighter, but it was always red. I did red or black. That was it. Red or black. And then into my 40s, I started doing the crazy colors again. Now, I just had to think in my head, am I 51 or 52? I'm 51. I will turn 52 this year. I have to do math now. I just don't remember how old I am. Now I just don't want the upkeep. The crazy colors require bleaching because my hair is obviously dark. What it was right before this was virgin hair. And I've actually been hesitating because for some reason in my head I was like, oh, but I finally got back to having virgin hair that has never been dyed. And it took a couple years. I mean, but why do I care about that? I haven't cared about that since I was 16 years old. So I finally just gave up because my hair was driving me crazy. I wanted it to be a different color. My natural color is just meh. It doesn't feel like me. Probably because for decades I've had red hair. And so not feeling like me is like this little weird microaggressive undercurrent in my life. So when I feel like me, it just takes that away. So now I feel like me again. I mean, at least a little bit. This'll be fine. This'll tide me over. This'll keep me, this'll do it, I think. I don't have to be doing the bleach and the purple, and I do love purple hair, though. The only thing occasionally I'll do like a black violet kind of a color, but I'm gonna try and stay red for a while, because that's when everything gets nuts, when I have to like do color remover, take the black out to put something else in, and then it gets all crazy. But this is a permanent dye. We're gonna be red for a while. I just realized I did not have my microphone on for that whole intro. I hope y'all could hear me. So, one thing I've been struggling with ever since all the tariff chaos is packaging, because a lot of the packaging that I typically use either got way too expensive or was no longer available. And so one of the things I've been fighting with is the jars that I use for the Blue Tansy face primer. And that is, spoiler alert, the second thing that I want to launch on Amazon. And that's why there are now two different sizes, because like I couldn't get the larger size anymore. And so then I bought some smaller but similar jars because I really like the aesthetic of those jars. And I think I was able to get a batch of the big ones. We're going to find out if these are the right size as the big ones, but I think they should be. And it just is not easy to get packaging when you're a small business these days, when you can only order like 100 at a time and not 1,000 or 10,000 at a time. Let's see. I think these are the small ones again. I don't know, maybe they're the right... I'm going to have to just weigh what I can put in here. They're a different maker, but the small ones did not come with the inner lid, and these did. So maybe these are. So I'm trying to compare. These are not as sturdy as my preferred jars, though. My brain is just playing tricks on me. Maybe they are the same size. My brain is literally playing tricks on me. I think they're the same height. They don't look the same width, though. I think the diameter, you know, my nerdiness has to... I can't handle this. I can't handle this. All right, the diameter of the original ones is 2.5 inches. These new ones, that's 2.5 inches. They just don't look the same. My eyeballs are playing tricks on me. They don't look the same size. Am I crazy? I'm crazy. I must be, because I literally just measured them. Oh, these are more sturdy, though. I'm trying, y'all. I am doing the best I can with what I got. Another task on today's potential agenda. I ordered a wax melter, not to melt wax, but to facilitate speedier making of body butter, because my body butter formula has coconut oil and mango butter and shea butter and cocoa butter and scooping all of those things is so time consuming and annoying that's why I sometimes run out of scents of body butter, because making it is such a production. Even though making emulsions, lotions, things that combine oil and water is my favorite thing to formulate, but it's very labor intensive. So I needed to get to a point where I sell through enough body butter to make batching the butters worth it, you know, like to make it worth keeping just those butters ready to go whenever I need to make something. And earlier in my formulation career, I wasn't selling through them fast enough to do that. But now it's actually slowing me down to have to manually measure everything out every time I need to make stuff. So I got a small one, a very small one. It's a 5-liter melter that should let me keep, I mean, full, it would hold like 8 or 9 batches worth of butters, but I don't go through it that fast. But I figure if I start out by like having it half full, that'll give me like a month worth of butters. I have to make some tweaks to make sure the oils stay fresh and don't oxidize, but I got that all figured out. And so we're unboxing my new melter. If I could get the styrofoam out of here. I'm also having a hot flash right now. Can you tell? I don't know. Do I look sweaty? I feel sweaty. All right, there's the lid. Let's make sure we don't break that. Oh, look at her. All right, all right, all right. Love new toys. Power, temperature. Oh, there's a lot of pieces. I was not expecting all these pieces. I guess I have to put everything together. I don't know what that is. I mean, it comes with tools. The spigot. Oh my. Well, this was a project I did not anticipate. More tools. Well, I guess I figured out what I'm going to do today. Alright, I decided I want to make one more thing for the Patreon boxes. I'm going to make some perfume oil rollers in one of these summer scents that has become quite popular. It's a dupe of something. It's not a custom blend. What is it a dupe of? I've never heard of this. I don't know who makes it. Yum Pistachio Gelato? I don't know. I call it Boardwalk Gelato. And it smells amazing. And I made foaming hand soap tablets out of it. And I'm probably not... Those are limited editions. So once they're sold out, they're gone, because they're such a pain to make. Because you can only make like one batch at a time, like one jar worth at a time. So it's incredibly inefficient to make them. But they were fun, and they're a cool idea. If I had some way to like mass produce them, I would, but there's no way to do it in any faster, more efficient way. But yeah, so that's that. Sorry, my thing is not following me for some reason. Pink gloves make me happy. I don't know why my camera's not following me, but it's supposed to. So, we are going to make some perfume rollers with oil instead of alcohol. I got these really cute rollers with sort of fake bamboo wood tops, and they're super cute. So I don't know if I can get them anymore because I bought them over the holidays and they were on sale. And, you know, Black Friday and whatnot, I will just buy things when they're inexpensive and I'll figure out what they're going to be used for later. Which now seems like a good time to use these. And I don't know if I can still get them, so I'm not going to build a product around them. I thought I might. If I ever do make the oil-based perfume rollers a saleable item, then I would try to source these because they're really nice looking bottles. All right. Alcohol. Not for the formula, but for sanitizing. Everything gets washed and sanitized. But I always spray everything down one more time right before I start. So in these, we're going to use the fragrance. We are going to use some fractionated coconut oil and the fixative I like. This one's plant-based, dipropylene glycol, and that just helps it stick around, helps the scent stick around a little bit. Also has a nice skin feel to it, but that way it'll last just a little bit longer. And I already forgot the numbers. How much do I need? I know you can't see me, but I hope you can hear me. I need, all right, 150, 12, 38. Let's do the 38 and 12 first to mix those together. So 38 grams of fragrance. I'm gonna have to order some more of this one. There we go. 38 grams of fragrance. What did I say? 12 fixative. These are really easy to make. Like, you should totally make some at home because they're easy to make. And I forgot to put the lid back on my fragrance. So let's make sure that that's on there. Let's wipe off what I spilled because I always spill something. All right, get my glass, stir-a-majig, stir-a-thingamajig, spray that puppy down. All right, let's mix these up. This just kind of anchors the fragrance a little bit. And like I said, it'll help it last a little bit longer on your body. The reason I'm picking MCT oil or fractionated coconut oil is it can also help anchor some of the scent more so than an alcohol-based perfume, which is why if you put body butter on under your perfume or something that has MCT oil in it, it might last a little longer. How did I forget the number again? Was it 150? Oh my gosh, you guys, menopause is killing me. It's getting better though, I'll tell you. The hormones help. My brain is coming back to life. Slowly but surely. It's been about 4 weeks on the hormone therapy. All right, we need 150 of MCT oil. Almost drip, 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 just a little. Perfection. Well, I'm over by 0.21. We're fine. We're fine. In a formula like this, it's fine. In an emulsion like a lotion, not gonna be fine. Need precision. And we're just gonna stir this up. Just give it a good stir. Now, typically you'll want to give it like 24, 48 hours minimum before you wear it, just so that the fragrance can kind of bind in there. it'll smell the best once it has, I don't know if cured is the right word, but once it is sat for just a little bit. But nobody's going to be wearing these because I still got to ship them out. So it'll be fine. It will work out perfectly. All right. These are 10 milliliter little bottles. I'm not going to measure, like weigh them out because these are not being sold. I'm gifting them to my patrons. If you're interested on Patreon, I have not been posting as much as I should, but I do post some behind the scenes stuff. And if you're at the Goldfish tier, you actually don't have to pay to be on my Patreon. There's a free tier, and then there's a couple paid tiers if you just want to help me out, support what I do. And then the Goldfish tier is the $15 a month tier that I send out a box every month that has something in there that I made, some little goodie. Often it's a sneak peek because I kind of, thank you to my patrons, I kind of use it as a way to get some feedback on new things that I'm testing. So sometimes it's sneak peek stuff, sometimes it's just pre-launch and you get it first. Sorry about that noise. And sometimes it's just goodies. And sometimes it's things like this that I'm not selling. I'm just making them for you guys. Because I had these cute jars. And so these are also reusable. So if you like these and you want to make your own perfume rollers, you can do that. I'll tell you, it's basically, and honestly, you don't even need the dipropylene glycol if you don't want to. Like, you could make it with just like MCT oil or jojoba oil works really well, and fragrance. The only tricky part is that you want to double check that the fragrance that you're using, each fragrance has a certain quantity that is safe for skin, and some fragrances are not skin safe at all. So there's these categories, and you want to, it's called the IFRA. I forget what that stands for. It's the name of the organization that like regulates this stuff. And so you want to make sure that the fragrance you're using is acceptable at the percentage you're using it in your product. I use 19% fragrance in these kinds of oils and then 6% of the DPG. But if you skip that, then you would just put all of the rest into the oil that you're using. So you just have to make sure that your fragrance oil that you choose is allowable at that 19%, which this one is. Now, you don't want to, so when you look this one up in the perfume category, it's like allowed up to like 35%, but you don't want to, that's not the percentage you should use. That is just the percentage that it's safe on the skin. Now, if this was only safe on the skin at say 4%, I'd have to mix it with something else because putting 19% into my formula is too much. It will not be skin safe. So that's the only trick to making these at home is you want to look up the IFRA, and wherever you bought it from, like I get these from Wholesale Supplies Plus, wherever you bought it from, if it's a reputable manufacturer, like a cosmetic grade manufacturer, you will be able to download right on their website what the percentages are for the IFRA. But you can't just use a different manufacturer's IFRA sheet for it, like just because it's the same name of a scent, but you have to get it from the manufacturer that you're getting that fragrance from. That's the only trick when you're going to do it at home. You want to make sure that you're being safe with the fragrance choice, but otherwise, not really any tricks to it. It's pretty simple. So I'm just going to fill these up and not measure. I'm just going to fill them by eyeballs. When I fill up for saleable stuff, I do everything by weight. So I weigh what I'm putting on in the bottles. Let's see. So these have these little roller clippy, not clippy, sticky, stick them in things. And then you cap them. I'm going to do these immediately and then cap them later. I just don't want to knock anything over. I'm clumsy. So that is always a challenging factor for me. Also, I tend to overfill everything. So yeah, that's where weighing things becomes important for me, because I'm not good at not overfilling things. See, they're cute little frosted glass, and then these cute little wood tops. I like it. So the next thing I need to do is print out the sheets that I put into each of the Patreon boxes. So this month I have 17 patrons. So I'm going to print out 17 copies of my little thing where I say what's in the box, the ingredients, how I made it. Of course, this one comes with a movie, a YouTube video. Let's see here, 17 copies. Do I have that much paper? Yes, I do. All right, print these out. Once I have these printed, I'll box them all up. Of course, I write little notes and people's names on each one of them, which is why I have to do this first, because I have to get the right name in the right box. And then I mark each box with who it goes to. All the boxes are done. Now I take them back to the computer, get all the shipping labels made, label them up. And that, my friends, ends a day at the shop. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go home, have some dinner. As always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over working at the shop with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.